But my question is, and I want to direct this to Jay Wendell Gordon. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, what should the penalty be? Because I think it's a little unclear as to what exactly one can do to this franchise owner.
Well, I think that what they should do is force him to sell his shares to the Clippers. Secondly, I also think that the players immediately upon this season being over should be able to register to become free agents so they don't have to play for this man. I mean, this man is a disgrace to the NBA. He's a disgrace to everyone who believes in equality and who enjoys good basketball and great talent on the floor. So with that said, you know, I really think first things first is that they should force him to sell. And there is some precedent for this. Marge Scott, I don't know if people remember, maybe 5 to 15, maybe 20 years ago. Marge Scott said some very ugly comments about some of her players, and she was forced to sell. This case, there's precedent for it. This case should be treated no differently, and I'm really upset that the NBA hasn't come out and taken a stronger stand on this, at least to condemn the conduct that we find so contemptible. I mean, we're letting the NBA off the hook, but they're all sitting around. They've been quiet. You have sponsors who've spoken up. You have all kinds of people in the community who've spoken up. The players did the best they could under the circumstances, but where is the NBA? Where is Adam Silver?
Joey,
yes.
I'll tell you where they are, Sonny. Sonny, let me just say one quick thing. This is what's ugly about the United States of America. Racism is important. It's very important. And frankly, I often have fights with people who say racism is more important than sexism. I don't agree with that. But you know what's more important than both? Money. That's right, money. And if the NBA gave more of a damn about racism than money,
but now the NBA is catching a black eye.
For a minute.
I think that's a great question. But Joey and I were talking about this, and I said the same thing. Where has the NBA been? I mean, we've been all talking about this for several days. Now they're saying they're possibly going to make this statement tomorrow. But Joey, what do you think? I heard that you think that it's okay that they're taking this long.
Rumors and innuendo, Sonny. What did I teach you about that? Look, here's the reality. As a defense attorney, what you want is due process. I represent bad people every day. And once they're adjudicated to be bad, have your way with them, punish them as they should. But the NBA has an obligation to have a full, thorough, and fair investigation. Once that occurs, hold on, Jay Wendell, I hear you. Once that occurs, I'm not for swift justice. I'm for justice that's appropriate, that's right, and that measured.
Kidding me,
so hold on, hold everything, hold the brakes, hold your brakes.
All this stuff about,
So hold on, Jay Wendell, I'll let you tear me up just in 1 second.
No, I'm not going to tear you up.
But here's the reality.
I am.
Once it occurs, or Sonny will, once it occurs and it's found that that tape is authentic, that it hasn't been doctored, that it hasn't been manipulated, it hasn't been altered, then you get him, and that's when he should be banned from existence.
Joey, he hasn't come out and said it's not me. So let's point
that
out.
Not only that, I mean, it is being intellectually dishonest to try to lead people to believe that is allegedly Mr. Sterling and that they need to conduct a full investigation.
I don't know him. I don't know him. I haven't heard his voice before.
There are enough players who know him. There are enough individuals who can vouch for his voice, who can authenticate, say, yeah, I've spoken to Mr. Sterling many times on the telephone. That's his voice. Come on, NBA. You're making excuses.
So if by tomorrow,
I'd like to jump in here.
Let me say this.
Let me say this.
Needs to do
Go ahead, Jasmine.
Something.
When a black NBA player says anything remotely racist or homophobic, there is no due process.
Right.
Okay?
Absolutely.
That's right.
I want to jump in. I want to jump in as well.
Wait, let Jasmine finish. Let Jasmine finish.
And so we expect nothing less with an owner of a team. Right. You should treat the owner the same way you treat the players. When the players say something and it has not even been verified, they are vilified in the media, especially if it's anti-gay.
Oh, and he's being vilified, and he should be vilified. Absolutely.
Because it was anti-black, we have to give him due process, and we have to investigate it? No.
No, the bottom line,
this is an administrative hearing, and the process that's due is not much at all.
Am I able to jump in now?
Yeah, please.
I just wanted to jump in and point out, again, to reiterate the point that we're not in a court of law, and so the burden of proof, in order to make sure that he said this, I mean, if somebody tomorrow said TMZ found a tape of me ranting about racist things about white people, I would say it's not me because I don't talk like that. And so the fact that he hasn't even come out at this point and said that could never be me because I don't talk that way is also pretty alarming, and I think again, to reiterate what's been said before, he needs to be removed from his position, whether it's a suspension until they can find out what to do or whether or not they force him out as owner.